What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan and today I'm going to be showing you guys 3 tips that you guys can use on your electric guitars to get them a lot wider in your mix. Let's jump into it. Okay guys, so here we are in Logic Pro X, and the first thing I want to do to actually do this tutorial for you guys is actually let you listen to these guitar tracks. So let's take a listen to them. Okay, so what we have here in our guitar tracks is we have a rhythm guitar on the top, then what we have is another rhythm guitar, and then we have a lead guitar. So I'm going to show you guys how to actually take these guitars, get the rhythm guitars out wider so that we can bring that lead guitar up the middle. So take a look. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys to get these rhythm guitars a lot wider is panning. Now, if you don't know what panning is, it allows you to take your instruments and actually send one instrument to one side and the other to the other side so that we create space in the middle for other instruments to sit into. So it's like a pocket that you're creating right in the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our mixer here as we have on the screen, and what you see right here are these little knobs right here. I'll circle them on the screen so you guys know where I'm pointing to. So this circle here is a pan knob and it allows you to create space. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play the track and actually pan these and show you how you spread them out. Take a listen. Okay, so already I'm hearing that lead guitar come right through the middle. I'm hearing the rhythm guitars come out to the sides, and I'm hearing the lead guitar right through the middle. So that's the great thing about panning, is it creates so much space in your mix. So when you record doubles, the best thing to do is to pan them out wide. If you have 2 lead guitars, or if you had 2 rhythm guitars, pan them out, because your lead guitars will come right through the middle. Alright, now let's move on to the next tip. Okay guys, so we just panned our guitars. Now what I'm going to do is show you tip number 2, which is some EQ. So what we're going to do is we are going to come here into our mixer and we're going to open up our channel EQ that comes inside of Logic Pro X. And mainly what I want to show you guys is how to actually take these 2 rhythm guitars and actually do something called EQ carving. Now if you haven't known about EQ carving is a great way to create more separation and more space and a lot more wideness in your mix. So let me show you how you're going to do this. So pretty much what we're going to start with is we're going to find a bad frequency that actually sounds bad. Okay, on this first guitar. Now, one of the things I am going to do is I'm going to EQ in solo, but let me tell you right now, I'm only doing this to teach you guys. Never EQ in solo. And the reason why never EQ in solo is because the thing is, you will not be able to hear where each instrument needs to sit in the frequency spectrum. So never EQ in solo. I'm just doing this for you guys so that you can hear. Okay, so right there sounds a lot muddy. There's a lot of like hiss going on from the guitar, the distortion of it. So we're gonna cut that out right now. Okay, so I just cut around 13,000 hertz, around that. So that's the frequency I want to cut. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find a frequency that we can boost. That sounds good. So take a look. Okay, so right there sounds pretty good. It is actually bringing it through the mix because the thing is, guitars are a mid-range instrument. So right around 635 hertz, that's where I boosted it because it sounds more fat, it sounds more full, and that's where it sounds good to me. So let's move on to our second EQ now. Okay guys, so we just did some EQ on our first rhythm guitar. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually drag this over here and we're gonna go to our second rhythm guitar. Now what we're gonna do is open up the same EQ as we did on the first one. Okay, so now you see on the screen here, we have two rhythm EQs and they're both on the rhythm guitar. So this one's on the first one, this one is on the second one. So pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same exact frequencies as we did on the first one. But the thing is, we're actually gonna flip them. So you'll see how we're gonna do that right now. Okay, so as you see, on our first rhythm guitar, we boosted 635 hertz. Then what we did is we pulled up an EQ on the second guitar, and what we did is we cut 635 hertz. Okay, so now you see where I'm going here. Is now what we're gonna do is on the second guitar, we're actually gonna boost 13,030 hertz. Okay, so take a look. Okay, so there we go. So let me explain to you right now what we actually did here. So on the first guitar, we boosted 635 hertz and then we cut 13,030 hertz. Now, what we did next is on our second lead guitar, what we did is we cut 630 hertz, 35 hertz, and then we boosted 13,030 hertz. So pretty much what we did is we took the same frequencies from the first EQ and then we put them on the second EQ, but we flipped them. And what that's actually doing is it's creating pockets and space in your mix for the two guitars to sit better in the mix. Okay? So it's creating pockets, it's creating space, it's creating more wideness for other instruments to sit into those pockets so that they pop through the mix more. Alright guys? So now what we're going to do is we are going to move on to the set third tip for you guys. Okay? Okay guys, so tip number 3 is actually about reverb. Now you can use reverb for so many things in your mix. You can use it for creating space, which I'm going to show you today. You can use it for atmosphere. There's a lot of things you can do with reverb. So what we're going to do is, this is one of the things I want to tell you guys before we get started, to never put a reverb on your tracks, your main tracks, like your guitars. You always want to send your reverb to a bus. Now, the reason why you want to send your reverb to a bus is because when you put a reverb or a delay, all your effects on your audio tracks, it actually drains the CPU power from your recording. So you never want to do that. And it also drains the CPU power from your computer. So never put your reverb or your delay or any of your effects on your audio tracks. Always send them to a bus. So let's do that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first guitar here and we're going to send it to bus number 2. All right. And then what we're going to do is come over to our second guitar and we're going to send that to bus number 3. So now we have our 2 aux buses set up. So now what we can do is come over to here and we can pick out a reverb. And I'm going to use Space Designer. This is my favorite inside of Logic. So now what we're going to do is just pick a reverb. So let's play the track and see what we can, hear. Okay, so you can't hear anything yet. And the reason why you can't hear anything yet is because you want to come back up here to your sends and actually send that track. So take a listen now. We'll put it in solo so you can hear it. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm actually using a big plate reverb. Now the reason why I want to use a big plate reverb is because the big plate reverb is actually a great thing on guitars, because when you stop the guitar, it literally rings it out, so it sounds more natural. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add that same reverb onto our second track here. So we're going to open up Space Designer on our aux track and go to the big plate again. And then what we want to do is just send it from right here, turn up this knob. So we're going to put these 2 tracks in solo. Okay, so do you hear that? As soon as I stopped the track, what happened was it actually started ringing out, and that's what I want. So now comes in the part where we actually make them wider. So what we're going to do is, if you guys haven't seen this trick, it's an amazing trick that helps a lot. So we're going to pan our reverbs. So take a look. Okay, so you hear that? As soon as I pan those reverbs, that lead guitar is popping through so much better, and it's also creating character to it. So guys, try this tip out. Send your reverbs to a bus, pan your reverbs out. It gives it a lot more atmosphere, it gives it dynamics, and it creates more space for your lead guitar to sit in the mix. Okay guys, so one more thing about reverb before we end the video for today, guys. So pretty much reverb, when you're sending reverbs to your buses and you have two of them for like guitars to get them wider, it's all about finding that balance also. Now remember, mixing is all about balance. So you have to, the thing is, when you mix, you never mix with your eyes. You always have to mix with your ears. Now that's something you have to get used to. Because when you're looking at a computer screen and you're mixing, the thing is, it's really easy to get distracted and mix with your eyes. Because you're like, oh, where does this fader go? You know, like how high do I bring it up? Because you're focused on your eyes, because you're focused on the screen. But you have to learn to mix with your ears for balance, because mixing is all about balance. So literally what you want to do is when you're sending reverbs, literally find that balance on this knob here. Maybe you have to pull this one down more or pull this one up. Find that balance, and then also find it with your faders too. And also your panning. Find out where it has to be placed. It's all about balance. Mixing, all about balance, okay? Okay guys, so now let's take a listen to the full track of all three guitars so that you can hear how much wider the rhythm guitar sound and the lead guitar is popping through. Take a look. Okay, so that lead guitar is coming right through and it sounds great. So now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bypass everything that we did and have you guys listen to it from then and now. Take a look. Okay, so it's not popping through that much. That lead guitar is not popping through that much. So what we're going to do is we're going to put everything back on and have you guys listen to it right now. Take a look. Alright, and that is how you get your lead guitar and your rhythm guitars to sound a lot wider, guys. I hope you enjoyed these tips today. Try them on your guitars for yourself, guys. There are so many tips out there, guys, that I can teach you about how to get your mixes a lot wider, and I hope they helped a lot, guys. Leave a comment down below of any mixing tips that you guys want to learn, anything that you guys want me to make on Golden Productions, guys. Guys, we're almost to 400 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys enjoy my videos, guys, and I'm glad that they actually help you guys out so much, guys. Thank you for all the support. You guys don't understand how much you guys mean to me, so thank you for everything, guys. You are amazing. And if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button down below for more mixing, more recording, and more reviews on Golden Productions. And don't forget that I'm going to be going live streaming soon for you guys, so you guys can chat with me about mixing, recording, editing, mastering, whatever it is that you guys want to learn to actually make your mixes better in your home recording studios, guys. Also, make sure you turn on post notifications so that YouTube reminds you guys whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Keep making great music, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys then.